we just brought in $197,532 in 12 days. And all we did was we sent around 10 emails or so to get this quick cash infusion. The best part was we didn't have to mess with writing a fancy pants video sales letter. We didn't have to drive traffic with ads either. And we didn't do any of this with webinars that take months to create. Instead, we just used 12 sixth grade level ugly duckling emails in a super ugly Google Doc for the offer that the audience read through and responded to us and raised their hand and said, we want this. What we found for our clients was really interesting though. So what we found for our clients is their audience would likely pay them for this partner $25,000 or more per person over time instead of the smaller amount they were getting. Because what they were doing is they were charging a smaller amount and happy with that amount. But what we were able to engineer is we were able to get them to pay them reoccurring and pay them a much higher dollar amount. And now we're seeing that the audience is hungry for more and more personal time with our partner. And so what are we going to do now? We're going to turn around and make that offer to them, right? Which basically means that the partner is sitting on all of this found money that they didn't know. And when we switched a few ingredients into the old funnel, instead of making folks read a 75-page sales letter of boring copy that they just want to light their hair on fire, just to get to our offer, to raise their hand and say, I'd like to know more or get more details, then what we're able to do is we're not having to pay Zuckerberg a small fortune to drive ads and clicks and eyeballs to our offer, hoping for a few nibbles, right? But then meanwhile, our American Express bill gets higher and higher, right? And we did all this 192,000. We did all this without having to have the audience sit through a 75-minute documentary about the product. Instead, we found a nice little shortcut. So look, my whole career has been spent writing long-form sales copy. I'm not opposed to sales letters or video sales letters. I've found they take up energy and introduce risk, though, both for our partners and for our audience. What I've also discovered, if we can take an existing list of buyers and then just run a small test to an existing list of people that we know have already demonstrated that they have bought the product and they like the product or the course or the consulting or whatever, there's many times we can bring in six figures in 14 days or less. Again, we found clients don't want to sit at a keyboard and do all this stuff themselves, unless it's to check how many Stripe notifications they're got coming in on a given day or week or hour. It's not uncommon for us to bring in $197,000 and change with 10 emails and a Google Doc for the right partner. But let me rub some of the shiny magic off of this and be completely honest with you. The most important thing we found is we can't turn lists that hate the audience. The most important thing that we found is we can't turn lists that hate someone into ATM machines. Their audience has to like them. And a good indicator of that is an offer that is already selling. So that's the fine print. Now, I do have a few spots open. So here's what I might suggest. I'm currently looking for partners that have a list of 15,000 or more and have past buyers that like them. So I'll do all the heavy lifting with the aim to bring in an extra $100,000 plus. My partners won't lift a finger or pay anything up front. I want to be a self-milking cow. My partners pay me only when they get paid. I assemble and create all the copy. I handle all the lead outreach, and I do all of the closing via chat. We don't need a phone team or anything else like that. So if any of this tickles your fancy, shoot me a DM or an email at the link below with the code word FREEDOM, and I'll get back to you with the details. Thanks so much. This is Lawton Chiles. I'll talk to you soon.